feel that every event planner, makeup artist, entertainer, photographer, hairstylist, or whatever industry you're in needs to listen to this video so that you know what you can do when we come out of this present situation that we're in. So if that's the kind of thing you want to know about, keep on watching. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tayo. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If this is your first time, you're welcome to my channel. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back today to watch another video. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. So in today's video, I am really excited to be sharing some tips with you. Tips about how you can remain viable in your business while we're in the situation that we're in, and also when we get out of it, so that you also have a competitive advantage above your competitors. I'm sure you'll enjoy watching this video. So let's get right into it. So if you're in the entertainment industry, for instance, makeup artist, event planner, photographer, hairstylist, anything, you know, at the moment you cannot physically go to an event to render your services, but you can actually be present online, virtually. I'm sure many of you know that, but honestly, this is a whole new dimension that has just, exploded, if you can use that word. If you're not already taking advantage of this opportunity, you're missing out, and this is the time to get into it. So in order to stay viable and also to stay competitive at this moment, you need to re-strategize. The very first thing you need to do is re-strategize, and one of the things that you need to do is to get an online presence if you haven't got one at the moment, and if you have, make sure you're using it properly. Make sure you're on the right platforms. For instance, Zoom has become really popular throughout this period. Instagram, and I would say Instagram lives at this moment, where you can have a two-way engagement with people, where you can maintain a conversation, and also YouTube lives as well, streaming on Facebook and all that. Just make sure that you're involved in something that involves you speaking to people. And also, many makeup artists have actually started doing online training courses, how to do makeup online, which is, I feel, is quite interesting. And they're charging. Some charging fairly decent prices, some cheap prices, some very expensive prices, depending on your brand, you know. So make sure your brand, you build your brand at this time. This is an opportunity to build your brand, actually. Some people just sit and watch other people do all these things and they don't actually do anything. You know, you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. You know, your online presence, what is it for? Are you just there to just post pictures and just people like, just get likes, and that will be the end of it? Do you have a call to action that people can actually take advantage of? That's what you need to be doing at this moment, to make sure you're engaging with people, you know, engaging with people, and you are making yourself, your presence known. Because when we come out of this situation that we're in, the competition is going to be really tough. There will be less weddings to plan. There will be less people at the weddings. You have less people, you know, so it's going to be, I don't think the event industry will go back to what it was in the next year or so. I stand to be corrected. I don't know, only God really knows. Anything can happen, but it's very likely that it won't get back to what it was. So you really need to take advantage of what you have at the moment, the opportunities you have to make yourself known. What you can do is you can host Instagram lives, talk to people about your business, ask questions, advertise it prior to the event, get people to come. Many people, I've attended quite a few of those. You know, I used to be in the event industry and makeup industry, but I left long before this situation we're in. Anyway, that's by the way. Let's get back. So that's the first one I said, is re-strategize. So another thing is advertise your business. You know, some people are on Instagram right now and all they're doing is they're just maybe posting pictures but not really saying anything about their business. Advertise your business. What have you done before? Show pictures of years back. Show things that you've done before. Instagram shows you a picture of years, maybe like, for instance, you get a picture today showing what happened this time last year or this time 2 years ago. It says your post from 2 years ago. Repost them if they're very good pictures. Repost them. Let people know what you've done and let people see you, you know, because the competition is, as I keep saying, it's really tough. It's going to be tough, so it's going to be survival of the fittest. So you really need to be able to stand out. So post pictures for a reason. Let people, let there be a call to action at the end of it. Tell people where they can find out more about your business, talk more about your business, and then make sure you're engaging with people. Okay, another thing that would affected a lot of people is if they don't have contracts. You know, if you do, I don't think anybody will be in event planning now and not have a contract, because that would just really not really make much sense, because a contract is very important. You really need to have a contract. And if you haven't ever used contracts for your event planning, maybe it's been a family thing, you get to know people and then you just help them plan their weddings, and you just trust them that anything can go wrong, and I don't really advise that method. It's not something I would do. I did it once anyway, but it's not something I would do anymore, you know. So yeah, make sure you plan your contracts, and in your contract it would be good if you have a clause, which is the force majeure clause. So that clause covers you in the event of any natural disaster like the one we've had now. So for instance, if you have that clause, you could easily say that, oh, your retainer fee or your deposit is not refundable. So in that case, you'll probably be able to, at least you wouldn't lose everything as an event planner. You would take a deposit, and you really need to be doing that, taking deposits when someone comes to you. Even if they say, oh, don't worry, I'll pay everything at the end, take a deposit. That's what you do. Take a deposit. Make sure you have all those things in place now. If you don't already have them in place, make sure you set them up now. This is the time to set them up. So with that clause in your contract, you would be able to retain your fees. At least you could refund. Some people ask for 50% of their fees up front, which is non-refundable. It depends on how well your brand is known, so that you at least you'll be able to claim back you wouldn't lose your retainer fee or your deposit in the event that anything like this ever happens again. You know, we never know what could happen. So make sure you work on your contracts at this time, work on your business plan, and work on taking, things that are not in place that should really be in place in your business. Make sure you put them into place at this moment. That's another thing you can do. And then another thing you can do at this moment is read a lot. Read a lot. There's so much happening. There's so many things happening at the moment. Make sure you keep up with what is happening in your industry. You know, for instance, so many people are doing, as I said earlier, makeup online. People are actually also learning how to have haircuts online, you know, by just watching someone do it, because many people couldn't go out to have their haircut. It's really quite an interesting time to be in, you know. Something I would really love to tell my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, God spend our lives, you know, in the future, because it's just something that is just unimaginable, that you can't go out to have your hair cut and all that. But people are learning how to do that online. And even when it comes to makeup and things like that, hair, you know, people are learning how to do these things, and some people may probably not go back to their makeup artist. So I'm not really sure the makeup industry will go back to what it was before we got into this situation that we are in, you know, because many people might learn how to do their own makeup and decide that, oh, I can actually do it myself. I don't really need to spend money. Of course, there'll still be people, you still need makeup artists for so many events, brides and things like that, but daily, weekly makeup artists for events, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I hope not anyway, but you never know. So yeah, anyway, just make sure that you read a lot, know what is happening, know what people are doing. Don't just go onto the internet or go onto social media just to entertain yourself. Go there with a purpose, go there with a plan to learn something new and learn a new skill. This is the time, we have all the time now to learn a new skill. So make sure so many people have learned so many things during this. We've been at home now for 12 weeks. This is going to be the 13th week. And within 13 weeks, you can learn so many things. I know my friends have learned so many things. I've learned a few things myself and all that. So yeah, so those are just a few tips. So let's go back over what I said. I said Restrategize. Make sure you have an online presence. Zoom, Instagram, YouTube Lives, Facebook streaming. Advertise your business. That's the second one. And post pictures for a reason. Plan your contracts. If you haven't already got contracts, make sure you have contracts set in place now for your business, and make sure you have that clause in it. And also read a lot. That's the fourth one. Keep up with what's happening in your industry, so that you will not be taken unawares, and you won't regret, or you won't look back and think, oh, I should have done this while everybody else was doing it. So those are my tips for staying relevant at this time, making sure that your business stays viable. And I hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell so you'll be notified. If this video is dark, I really apologize. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. I've tried to record this now about 5 or 6 times and I just have to do it now. So I'll try and lighten it. It looks really dark as I'm looking at it, but yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.